Hello my friends, and welcome back to our continued blind let's play of Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn. My name is the FlightlessBird, this is your story-based gaming channel, and today, well, first thing we're going to do is move our penguin, because he's slightly in the wrong spot. Now there's two of them. There we go. I had to move that one around because, yeah, I was streaming The Wolf Among Us. Little birdie got moved. But yeah, what are we going to do today, FlightlessBird? Well, the first thing we're going to do today is we are going to pick up White Mage and do that story quest. Maybe? Have you investigate the creeping corruption which threatens the Twelvewood. So, as part of the Conjurer, this guy here, Isumian, was having us go around and look at different elements. And there we met this girl who could like hear the spirits, I think it was. And they said that she might be a hearer. And that's basically the entire story so far, I think, of the Conjurer class. Just seeing the different elements at play. Flightless, your presence here is most welcome. I have another task which you as maturity tasks are well suited. Attend me closely. Hey, Spexy, no longer a FlightlessBird? No longer a whiteless-bird. Well, not yet. Expansive wounds that ooze corruption have formed throughout the forest. After examining the traces of sizable disturbance to previous clients, I can only conclude this phenomenon is the work of a malign agent. It must be found swiftly. Let the corruption spread. I would have you assist and investigate. Come on, you must let me help. So this is the girl I was talking about, Sylphie. Sylphie? Since I got back from the South Shroud, I spent all my time studying the force of nature. I once even sat through one of pure and no lecturers. The Twelvewood is crying out of pain. My skills are a bit lacking in some areas, but what to do I can't for the force. Lacking? Sylphie, you've yet to master a single offensive spell. Without the means to defend yourself, it would be far too dangerous to send you off for the force alone. So, am I to stay here then? Not necessarily. Flightless, with your consent, I would have you accompany Sylphie once more. I do not propose this arrangement solely with her safety in mind. Given the nature of the investigation, it is likely that Sylphie's innate talent for hearing will prove to be as useful to you as your conjuring will to her. There is much you might accomplish together. So it seems like we're a tag team now. Sylphie, you are not to approach any sorts of corruption without Flightless at your side. Do I make myself clear? And should you chance to encounter the origin of these disturbances, do not initiate a confrontation. Too often you allow your curiosity to overwhelm your good sense. Now go and slay, may the elements watch over you. Yes, Guildmaster. Something tells me you should start querying about South Shroud. Remember that as soon as we can. Let's hurry, the corruption is spreading. What do you mean, White Mage Mount? You need to be more clear on that. Hey, Yamina, how you doing today? Going as Conjurer, it's pretty boring, actually. I mean, these are like all the spells I have. I can stone people, I can cast arrow, I can cure, and I can AoE cure, and that's basically it. I did a dungeon at level 28, and it sucked because it was a level 31 dungeon, and the tank died because my cure 1 was not potent enough to keep him alive over all this stuff that was hitting him. So needless to say, that was not cool. I did apologize to the thing. I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to keep up, but my heals just can't keep up with the damage you're taking. Seemed like a pretty cool person. They didn't get mad at me, but yeah. Whee! That was the most pointless thing I've ever done. How are you all doing today? How are you, dear friends? There's level 30 quests that white mages get for a free mount somewhere. If you use the shield healer, it does take any use to a straight healer. Yeah, that's probably true. Where is this quest that thou dost speak of? Yeah, no worries. I hope you got it all sorted out, Yamina. Thank you for so much for stopping by. I don't have regen, Specs. That's a problem. I just have one cure spell and an AoE, and that's it. To the Conjurer Guild, only happens once you become a white mage. And you need to take your job stone off again to accept it? Weird. That was brilliant, Flightless, but it was only the start. The forest still grows in pain, I can hear it. I think it's coming from the north. No, the northeast. Let's go have a good look. You see, all I have is Asuna, Cure, and Medica. That's all I got. I mean, the spell list sucks. Like, this spell list up to level... I mean, I don't even have Cure 2. This spell list sucks. I mean, from 18 on, you just don't really... I mean, technically speaking, your strongest spell is a level 2 healing spell. I mean, just think about that for a second. Your best heal at level 29 is a level 2 heal. Painful. I don't know if my scholar had these issues. I just know my conjurer has these issues. Really, dude? Like, I'll need to look at my conjurer and I need to look at my scholar and see what my scholar's spell list was like. You're doing well, Flightless, but I think there's another one. And weird. Well, it calls me even firmly in the last. To the east, I think. Yes, to the east. I also found that fates really suck with EXP. Like, the best way to get EXP seems to be hunting logs. Doing fates doesn't get much EXP at all. It's good diversion. Don't get me wrong. It just doesn't level very well. Nice work. The earth here feels healed, and yet there's another disturbance, and it's big, really big. It's hard to describe, but it feels sort of wrong-er. I think it might be what's causing all this. I know Brother Isumi said we weren't to cut fighting, but I just can't let it cut the rest of the force. And however powerful it is, we can't say more powerful than you. You're well amazing. What I mean to say is I'm willing to risk this cold if you are. It's not far from here. Somewhere to the southeast, I think. Shall we at least have a closer look? Which used to be much more challenging in the past with the auto equip because they would auto equip DPS game and be very squishy. Ew. That sounds like a design flaw. I don't think you need to be able to hear the voice of the force to know that, do you, Flightless? I don't know, there's a giant tree with sprouting horns coming out at me. Corruption is definitely coming from somewhere around here. That's odd. As soon as we arrived, that sort of wrongness that suddenly felt less, well, it felt just less. Yeah, it's probably a good change. It's almost as if it's holding its breath or hiding. Did you see that? Not one spot there. The air seems bonk. Whoa. Talk about a jump scare if you weren't expecting something like that. Duty commence. Aquaman. It's not an Ahriman. It's an Aquaman. Well, we had to cleanse the corruption? I don't know. I'm doing really good damage here. Alright, they're doing really good damage to me too. I mean, I'm doing really good damage here. Yeah, screw that. Brute force, white mage, go. You can tell I used to play a black mage, can't you? Okay, are you Kafka or are you just laughing out of joy? Isn't it amazing, Flightless? Did the breeze always feel this good? Was the ground always this warm? Yeah, that was super easy. I'm so glad I finally understand. I just wish I could tell my mother how incredible nature feels. They should have had the regen like set at a super high rate, where as long as the thing was alive, the Aquaman couldn't die. Oh, you're injured here. Don't worry, healing doesn't drain me anymore. That's since I learned how to borrow from nature. And I have you to thank for that, Flightless. Let's return to the guild. We have to explain everything to Brother Isumi. That. Also have pretty good gear, I think. Hey! You go have a wonderful time, Yamina. Best of luck to you. Enjoy. Be amazing. Be blessed. Have a great one. Thank you again for being here. Welcome back, Flightless Sophie. Our mission was success, Guildmaster. Quite. I take it the two of you conspired to find my orders? While the force was suffering, we couldn't just walk away. It's not Flight's fault, it's mine. It was all my idea. I take full responsibility. Calm yourself, child. You did nothing I did not foresee. I am not mine to lecture you. Indeed, Gridania is indebted to you for your heroic deeds. Corruption born of Aquaman had taken root in the calamity-wicked soil. There's no telling how much further it might have spread if you had not defeated the creature. And if I'm not mistaken, Sophie, you succeed in drawing upon energy's nature during the battle. How did you? Oh yes, I did. I'm not really sure how it happened. I remember thinking how badly I wanted to help Flightless, and I suddenly felt the power surging within me. As it should be. One does not simply choose to borrow from nature's strength. The mind may command only that which our heart permits. In your desperation to help your friend, you open the heart to your nature, and nature responded to your need. Oh, but we must not forget about your part in this, Flightless. It's clear to me that your journey with Sophia has brought you so close to the pinnacle of your art. I believe you are ready for the last of my teaching, so it is with great pleasure I pass on you another gift of magic. A more potent form of the cure spell is now yours to command. I have no doubt that will serve you well in your continued endeavors. Wherever you go, nature will go with you, my friend. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, the wind-guided path. Is there an easier way to like compare items rather than having to click this, clothes. Should be like a hotkey for this. Pants I need. Like, if we press shift or something, it should just tell you what you're wearing versus what you have. A new chapter has been added. Tales of Magic. Two seconds. 1.5 seconds. So one's a bigger cure than the other. Well, I'm glad you came. I have a task the most urgent and confidential nature. I can think of no other than whom to try to trust it. Hydaelyn is familiar with Tsitsus, yes? Ken and Senna. Elder Tsitsu, Lord of the Order to an Adder, and Guardian of our Fair Nation, clearly needs no direction, but you also know of his siblings. The two young Paddles, Sister Rhea or Senna and Brother Arun Senna, make for Evershade as we speak. We will perform a ritual of great import. Barely such import that I would have no overstatement to say that the fairy fate of Gridania hangs in the balance. As you know well, we dwell in this forest by the good graces of elementals, eternal guardians of Tollswood, and most of the great one who dwells within the guardian tree. Yet our ceaseless warring and ill treatment of the trees that shelter us have roused the great one's ire, and it's only by the quieting, the ritual which we spoke, that he may be placated. Thus did the two Tsitsus rule out Evershade. Would nary a guard accompany them. Therein lies the rub, and the nature of the favor I ask of you. By no means would I question the powers of the Tsitsus. With the great one's anger mounting, the 12th wood becomes a threatening domain for even the most pursuant of conjurers. Pray hasten to Evershade, and see that no fireball falls into you. Off we go. I know flying gets them out. Hold on. I need to check something. Alright, let's go. Oh, really? You should just always use Cure 2? But isn't Cure 2 like twice as expensive as Cure 1? And I do have a reason I have Cure 1 on the hotbar, and that's if, I do a level down dungeon. A roulette. Curses, how can we hope to make the guardian tree with these ghastly creatures burst forth like rampant weeds? I know what they were in for. I have brought along a wood whaler or two. In fact, I dare say we should return and do exactly that. Ah, do not be such a coward, sister. We are Tsitsus. These overgrown vermin are no match for us. Poor words, brother, but they were true words. We would have dispatched our enemies, arrived safely at our destination bells ago. A conjurer, are you? Brother Isumi, ever the warrior. For once, however, his solitude is most welcome. Will you help us dispose of these fell creatures? Having no pride, sister. A side suit does not beg the aid of some common adventurer. Enough, brother. We have a duty to perform. A duty that takes precedence over your silly notions of pride. Now, enough talk. Let's see as these pests. I mean, Cure 2 seems to be a manic guzzler. It's cheaper than the phrase. Wow, that's one way of putting it. Oh, that... I didn't expect that. Being in silence is so much fun when you're a mage. Too bad they didn't give me one more Lindworm. I need one more for the hunt. Oh, that's bright. Super bright. That crystal, do my eyes see with this venture in heretic legacy of Atawakant? It was not other than Ato himself who lost before the quieting. No, I do not believe this adventure's survival is mere coincidence. Bearer of this old crystal, and heralded of arcane knowledge long since forbidden to those of our kind. I know not why it is you he chose, but I believe our great forefathers led you to us today. Ancient tradition dictates that the quieting be performed by 3 pagels. Ah, but I misspeak. The rituals be performed by 3 white mages. And Master Atawa truly has chosen this adventure as his successor. You speak madness, sister. Surely you have not forgotten that Pajali tradition strictly forbids sharing the techniques with those not of our kind. The power of white magic is far too great to risk falling into the wrong hands. She can be scary. And so you would uphold tradition merely for tradition's sake. Tradition! Tradition! Even at the risk of incurring the Great One's wrath and bringing disaster upon a forced home. Have you so little faith in our abilities, sister? We are Tsitsiers, more than capable of slaying any beast our way and carrying out the ritual on our own. This petty bickering is getting us nowhere. Adventurer, I'm sorry to trouble you with your silly squabbling squabbles. If you got time, I'll speak with you further, but not here. Come to Camp Tranquil, come quickly. Time is of the essence. Wow, it's so much nicer to fly right here now. Pugni Pak. When she was a child, Vaio had quite a temper. She's a sweet little girl now, but a Moogle does not easily forget. Even now, the sound of her voice makes my fur stand on end, Kupo. Thank you for coming, adventurer. Forgive my blizzardness. You cannot help but he was born with the head full of sodstone. Anyway, I do not believe we have seen properly introduced. I am Rai Osena, a Pajal, as you can see, and sister of the elder seats here. You are Flightless, yes, but Isumi has spoken of you, and most highly at that. As you have no doubt heard, my brother Arun and I were en route to the Guardian Tree. There, the Great One, by whose graces we dwell here, resides. The gentlest of guardians, when at peace, a destructive force that knows no bounds when angered. As the Great One goes, so goes our fate. The creatures he helped us dispatch, doubtless too, they were roused by hostility by the Great One in his anger. You need only look around you to see, the force grows more and more threatening with each passing hour. So it is that we travel here to quell the giant one's fury to perform the quieting. In days of old, the ritual was without fail performed by 3 white mages. With our eldest sister occupied with many duties, my brother and I ought to attempt our own. Arun was quite confident, but I had my doubts. It was then that you arrived, and shortly thereafter became one of the chosen few to be gifted with the white mage's soul crystal. It is no small honor that gem marks her as an inheritor of the magic of our ancestors. My brother's pride may blind him, but the signs are clear as day to me. You are not Pajeli, but Atawa can't mean for you to be here today to perform the ritual with us. Atawa Kant is known to all of us as the great mages of our history, but even more so, he is known for being something of an eccentric. In a fine tradition, he bid farewell to his forest home, wandering the realm and healing the wounds of the land and its people wherever so went. A most admirable cause, yes, but alas, Atawa was never to return. He perished in a far off land, and having taken up princes, legendary powers of lost source for eternity, or so I believed until I met you. And yet, for all his stubbornness, there is some truth in my brother's words. Ancient laws forbid us from sharing techniques of white magic outside of our own. There are reasons for this, which I will not share with you when time's right. There are many who would not approve this arrangement, so I'm convinced that it is Atawa's will that we bring you into the fold, and so welcome you, Flightless of the White. I can feel the great one's fury welling up even now. Time is short, and yet while you still must be chosen by Atawa, I fear your journey as a white mage has just begun. Return to me when you have further honed your skills. White mage unlocked. We have taken the white. A keen knowledge of our Torah Kot flows within you. Okay, I'm probably gonna get rid of Conjurer in a second. But I was told I need to go back to being a Conjurer to get this quest, right? Where is the quest? I see this, but this isn't the quest. Is it? Oh, I think that is the quest. Fire has needs of a benevolent adventure to defend a winged beast. Your deeds today have earned the respect of all Silgari family. People say you're breath of fresh air when you're in the Silk Caverns. Truly you are an inspiration to us all. I reply to your praise, I'll make a request for you. An unusual creature has appeared near Fog Up Flat in North Shroud. Witness report is badly injured. While it has put itself in danger to locals, and wouldn't be so unpredictable at the best of time, please find and provide with as much succor as you can. Can't believe they give you a mount just for being white mage. I mean, you gotta do this quest too, but... It's a unicorn. Creature appears to be in great pain. Oh. So you gotta use Cure again. There is a reason to use Cure 1. Cure 2 doesn't heal the unicorn. Creature seems grateful to you. Is that why players play healers? I don't need no certification to play healers. I'm in one of the very first MMOs I ever played. It was called The Realm. But after I played the Realm, I played a game called Dark Age of Camelot. And Dark Age of Camelot had this Thane healer class. But you could be a healer, you could be a protector, or you could be a smiter. And what most people did is they leveled 2/3 smite and 1/3 heal. Which made them really bad in groups, but manageable. But they were bad. The thing is though, by going smite, they could also solo. Me, I went 2/3 protection and 1/3 heals. And it didn't matter if my healing was only subpar. My buffs were so good. I barely ever had to heal ever. And people in groups would be like, I didn't know things could like be so good. And I'm like, well, that's because you never had a protection healer. And they're like, so how do you do solo? And I said, I can kill things at -2 my level. So wait, what? -2? I'm like, yeah, I can't do anything else. That's why I group up every time. I mean, I could not solo at all, but man, it was awesome. Welcome back, Flightless. Were you able to find the creature? And what did it look like, if I might ask? Full-legged and tall with a pristine white coat and a single unicorn protruding from its brow? There's no mistake, that's the unicorn you healed. Unicorns are rare, majestic beasts native to the inner region of Coerthas. They're extremely shy and want to avoid all contact with man. Notice you were able to gain his trust and most thrilling. Fair enough wild creatures know that its behavior towards you means more than simple gratitude. And the unicorn must sense kinship in you. Mark my word. Pray take this whistle and prepare yourself. Just like that, my friends, I have a 3rd mount. Okay, now there's no reason to ever have Conjure on the bar. Still really don't get much here. We get regen eventually. So we have Swift Cast, and we have Presence of Mind. And Presence of Mind is like a toned down version of Swift Cast, but it makes Cure 2 much better. And really, Swift Cast should be used with Quick Raise. Jonathas? Where is Jonathas? Oh, is he the achievement guy? Yeah, it's just a haste in many ways. I mean, that's not wrong. Where is Jonathas? Where are we going today? Of course, the dungeon that does not let me use Cure 2. Got a black mage, a summoner, a white mage, and a paladin. Wow, this is almost like a very just typical Final Fantasy party. I mean, this is like Final Fantasy IV right now. Alright, I'll check it out when I get done here. Wow, I actually pulled aggro away from the tank? How does that happen? I mean, he's a sprout, so maybe he's like brand new at tanking. And I'm not judging, because if true, I mean, I never tanked before, so what do I know? No, he has AoE. I saw him do AoE. I just didn't think he thought of using AoE against those two mobs. I think that happens. No big deal. Everyone has run this dungeon before, so I can tell because they give us a message that no one's not done it. I miss having my fairy. I like my fairy. You know what? Everyone went hungry when my fairy was out. Not the fastest in dungeons, but oh well. Oh, it's not a lot of stress for me today. Paco Prados kind of sounds like a Mughal name. So that's a cool name. I already appreciate Eos a lot. I miss my little friend. Try to pick this tank to move it a little. There we go. I had to incentivize the tank a little. These things are so weird. Look at him scuttle. The problem is I don't know the dungeon layouts like very well at all. So tanking may be hard because I don't know where to go. Like, I'm pretty sure I don't mind healing, because I heal. I don't mind DPSing, because, I mean, that's kind of easy. Tanking, though, can get people killed. I guess the map would tell you where to go, right? I mean, you could just follow the map. Except in dungeons like the one with the weird staircase mansion thing. I don't mind straight lines. I mean, as long as the adventure doesn't feel like a straight line. Like this dungeon, for example, the fact you gotta collect these and you gotta bring down the shields. I mean, I think that's fine. Governor, the Dominator. Oh, not the fastest touch in the world, but definitely, definitely pretty chill. Paladin? The warrior of light? I just want to become a paladin. Not like a marauder, right? It's entirely separate class. I accidentally picked up gladiator. Didn't mean to pick up that job class, but it's fine. Alright, what are we doing today with our life? Fight or flight? But I'm a flightless bird. I guess we can unlock this. Oh yeah, and then you said go talk to the other guy, right? What? Oh, Pally comes off the gladiator. Oh, okay. Plans to science, guys here. I assume you have apprised the situation regarding the Mughal monarch. After it appears supposedly the king, Kublai Khan approached the Mughals' guard and attempted to convince them of the error of the ways. Fortunately, it appears the efforts of persuasion have rather opposite effect. The world centuries reportedly flew in a frenzy and focused their richest indignation to a new summoning ritual. Maybe it was the unwavering intensity of the Mughals' guard's prayer. But the king has returned the forest enveloped in an almost blinding aura of majesty. Kublai Khan tells us the great, dauntingly maniacal avatar is now taking upon himself the great King Magomag XII. So I was to say that the LCC here is willing to condone a necessary act of regicide. But say to all who dwell within 12 Lord, it has been decided that the king must fall. Those among us with the ability to see Mughals are often in high demand, but consider Eorzea mission are the default best expedient matters. I am riding a chocobo, flying high in the air, but it's not a unicorn. Maybe next time we'll roulette into the unicorn. That would be kind of cool, but who knows? We will see. Oh, I need to come at least. Let's hope we Kubo. Not long ago, I had a stern war with the Isgard about the dangers of turning pleasant fairy tales into serving reality. I insisted that the intimidating force that as good King Mog the XII, may a scepter of judgment ever command our respect, is exactly the sort of savior we need. The Isgard are afraid, Kubo, afraid of how the forces change, afraid of the never-ending conflict, afraid that we Muggles may have no place in this world. I'm scared of all these things too, but the thought of unleashing our royal menace upon the Isgard scares me even more, Kubo. Please, you must deal with them firmly before this goes too far. A measured thrashing, of course, nothing too brutal. Can enter too much through here. You tear, I made the word. Take care, good fortune. In the meantime, I'll go let others know that the great King Mog the XII, may his reign end with minimal bloodshed, will be vacating his throne, Kubo. Thorn March Extreme. Do you want to live forever? Do you want to live forever? Oh, this is such a bad idea. Yes, this is. FlightlessBird, are you crazy? Flightless, this is the dumbest thing you've ever done. Savior greetings. If you're looking for a high blade, then you have to look elsewhere. Out there, I've had the only company I care about is squat scrawny type. Type that has a handle and holds no less than a pint of ale. You will share my tale? I'm winning. There's no sparring effort. As he asked, my employer, a lot of found line, which to pay a visit to peddler who deals some manner as special saying. I forget what it's called, but it's apparently worth a small fortune. Anyway, a man ride, the man claimed his stock had been sold by bandits. Determined not to return empty-handed, we crept into the band's stronghold and set about locating the stolen goods. Long story short, alarms were raised, rogues were awakened, and we fled in a blind panic. I am separated from my employer in the confusion, and I have not seen since. Oh, a friend of yours, is he? Then you best be prepared for the worst. It's just possible the poor Saw may yes be bet in the old Amajin Milton mine. I fear the bandits will have caught up with him by now. Okay, considering this is 30 minutes, I guess it's not something that you can easily queue for. So I'm gonna go ahead and withdraw from that. Because even if it does queue 30 minutes from now, it may not be something that I'm supposed to do. I mean, there's no reason we need to do everything. Wedge, where you at? Probably in the building. Bombay, you ready to do this? Yep, I was right. He's in the building. Hey, buddy. could I be so stupid singing a band slayer? It's just not the sort of thing that I do, and now I'm going to die for it. No, I just said calm down. I can do this. I can be brave. I'm going to sit up. I'm going to walk over here. Here we go. Yeah! I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I'm supposed to leave it. I'll come back. Back? Hi. Flightless? It's really you? But how did you find me? Can you smell fear? Actually, ignore that smell. I expect you're wondering why I'm here. Well, I was actually in the process of retrieving some stolen ectosand, which big I need for research. It happens. I could see, perhaps a touch foolish and nearly fatal, but I did succeed in touching this up before my body got ran away, and some of those bands came piling after me with knives and axes and what looked like very much a bike with a rusty nail in it. Anyway, the important thing is the soul ectosand's right here in my oh dear, it must have fallen out when I was taking invasive maneuvers. It seems I won't be leaving this fertile place for a while yet. Maybe I should do this for you. You'll find the ectosand in my shed? Oh, thank the gods, your true friend Flightless. Hope the search doesn't prove too troublesome. The bandits don't seem to care much for visitors. Wow, 1400 crit, nice. Really, buddy, you want to mess with me? Stupid idiot. Is everything looking at the sand? Yes, that's it. I must return workshop more and sell the big some wonderful news. What's that? And a mission to collect Artisan and you work with the chief? A treasure trove of Alganae knowledge, you say? I see. You should probably be the one to have this, because I are far from exhausting all possible inventions, but it sounds like the problem can be solved by any other means. Expedition here sounds really interesting, I must say. I'm self-inclined to join, in fact. I think it will. Any adventure with the chief's time must be worth a look. Alright, I'm more than ready to leave this off place behind. And should you return to Mor Dhona with the ice before any more, Limsa's house, be sure to keep your eye on your pockets, Flightless. Head out. Also need to fix these. Because I have 9 and 0 are Q and E. I don't want for arrow in here or Q and E. I want that on Q because that's my big nuke. And now maybe I should put engagement on E instead of going across. That would be better to put on E. That way I had that down there. Alright, where are we going? At least until I find better abilities. Crystal Tower. One of these days, my friends. Actually, a lot of items we've repaired. I know I can repair items on my own. It's just I don't have a lot of inventory space to carry around the things that require you to repair. Just don't want the inventory space. When you got 300,000 gold, it doesn't matter. Flightless, you have returned. I take me present that you were successful in curing us some item sand. Tell me, which variety did you find? I see, 2 varieties. Was more than could reasonably expected, and 2 less than I had hoped you would say. Forgive my flippancy, I've done well truly. If all goes well playing, we need no longer fear death by fire or by earth. Mr. Garlean, if you'll be so kind as to prepare the relevant crystals. I shall set to work immediately. Truth be told, I've been looking forward to this. What does I encounter materials like this every day? Guac! Speaking of which, how in the 7 hanks did you find them? Mistake me not, old friend. I only too well how capable you are, but I just need something you can simply find gathering dust at the back of Merchant's Rear Gem cabinet. You had help from Biggs and Wedge? Huh. Trust some design and revolutionary new engine the moment I turn my back? How's the genius meant to dress on doors when the employees are so dangling intent, eh? Now they attempt to join us, are they? Typical. I just, of course, it'd be a good idea to have them around. It doesn't matter professional pride, let's endeavor to procure the 2 remaining varieties of ice sand before they arrive, shall we? Tell me, Rambos, have we any information where the water and wind aspect of the site may be hiding? Not as of yet, but I have made certain arrangements. We shall see to the fruits make bone fruit. Gave me for observing, but you seem less enthusiastic about what prospect. There's a complication around we discuss now than risk jeopardizing the expedition. May I have an expedition order? First, let us savor the preliminary victory that fights the one for our cause, holding for a moment. Yes. As I speak of the arrangements made to acquire the 2 remaining varieties of ether sand. Some days ago, I asked a Sharlayan acquaintance of mine to travel to Gridania, and they have gathered necessary materials. Since that time, however, I have heard nearly a whisper from him. To be frank, this lack of communication is not entirely uncharacteristic, but I cannot discount the possibility that some ill has befallen the man. Alas, we now have time to investigate this fate. As I mentioned before, the more we delay the expedition, the more likely it is the Crystal Tower's secrets will fall into wrong hands. Therefore, I would trust you with the same mission I assigned to my friend. Travel to Black Shroud and seek out Parsemontre, the master of the markets of Gridania. If anyone knows what ether sand may be, well, you see. I can't meld? Oh, that's right. I mean, I'm good at class. Yeah, I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what it is. But I don't have one brick on it. I can't meld my my red mage gear. The red bluard. Yeah, I can't meld that. So I guess I'm confused on like what can be melded and what can't be melded. Oh, that's not good. This will take a minute, my friends. I'm sorry. But unfortunately, kind of don't have a choice. Why can't I desynthesize you? Spirit bond is 0. You're fully repaired. Oh, because you have materia in you. Okay. Thaumaturge arm, I get rid of this. My synthesis skill is increasing. Don't know what that means exactly because I don't know of anything beyond just levels. I need to know what my main weapon is as a conjurer. Or white mage, I should say. So anything now I can get rid of. Sorry, y'all. I kind of have to do this because I ran out of inventory space. So, I have a level 34 letter. Can't desynthesize this stuff though because I'm probably not high enough armory. But you know, I kind of cleared up my inventory space a little. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Still got some spots here. Still have some spots there. I'll need to go through and desynthesize some more stuff later. For now, we should be fine. Alright, let's take a veer off for the path we're on and go do something else. Go talk to Ishtola. Ah, Flightless, your sister's most welcome. I'm very spoken link with the fast blades of the rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that these are great pains to conceal their activities. I go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Ul'dah. She is the officer charged with leading the investigation. I would only be repeating that which she relayed to me. I ought eluded my intention. May I or not elude yours? Thank you for being here, my friends. If you like what I do here, I humbly ask that you just hit that thumbs up to like the video and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Truly appreciate you all. Thank you for being number one YouTube community in all YouTube. Flightless, what a pleasure to see you again. Ishtola said to expect you. Tell my business. These staffs. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystal stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... Ah, but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection, broke through one of the checkpoints of the elegant somewhere. The car pulled off toward eastern Thanalan, but thank the gods to hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A spinning carriage that would seem a curious choice for thieves of such perfect cunning. Yet the Almajah do have a foothold in eastern Thanalan. And what of their cargo? Do they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could. Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I've come back to sporty news. On second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thank Cred, what have you been up to? I figured I had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Almajah friends. And won't you believe it, I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was unable to do my small part to help my friends with the brass blades and scepter. In my years, I've never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The blades were calling up one of the greatest halls they'd ever seen. The stone crystal I had here were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose I had no choice but to resume my search elsewhere. We should reassess our options of all. Come with us, Flightless. Against all expectation, it would seem that Almajah are innocent of this particular set of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystal exhausted during the last time attempt to summon their fleet. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain such crystals in such quantities. It cannot be what we are dealing with simple thieves. If the motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While we think about what it might be, I shall inform Eorzea of our progress, or lack thereof.
Now then.
Hey, we got voices.
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Alright, we have very limited voice acting.
Indeed.
Oh, there
I
we
shall
go.
remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Ooh.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands.
She looks really
Who
cool.
here speaks for you?
I love her design. That one has critical hit. Any ideas? The solitary lash of insight. No, well then, for better suggest, I say try picking for full of Spain again. Who knows, if we work out, we may find something nestled with it. I thought that was the girl that just got off the ship. Oh, but it's good to see you return. I've given some thought to the matter. And I just hit upon a most discerned possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufulupa. What is the certain possibility by which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long. And then came to me. What there is someone among our own ranks conspiring with them, a traitor in our own midst. It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well founded for Fufulupa. Indeed, if for reasons of security, the concerned decided to transfer the main crystal store on the horizon to another location. Their plans were rediscovered the moment the blast blades were informed. Ah, but a shipment would surely be well guarded, with thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Maybe not, but neither would the concerned be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead to like to carry out the transfer in secret. The transfer goes to, let's say, a lone Mikote miner traveling with the escort as to attract undue attention. But who? I see! Yes, the good sir may well like to do that. But to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way map north of the bridge of Hamalay. Fine spot for rest. Would you not agree, Flightless? You lie away to the north. I shall do the same to the south. Ah, forgive me, my friends. I received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Yeah, who is she? She seemed really cool. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer more encouragement. I mean, hit him with a really big stick. What a level 10 area, I just realized. I don't know if we're doing the same quest at the same time, so it's doubling up on anything, or what is going on here. But either way, they're all dead. Always worried when you find someone else with the same quest as you. Stubborn to last as expected. You're unharmed. Ooh, you're looking good. I like the new costume. A gang of sea wolves in a Thanalan, no less. Suppose this is the first time for everything. Sea wolves, I led them. I am with all the same taste of facial tattoos, but in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Tancred, if you'd be so good to attend to the outstanding matters in Hydaelyn, I have inquiries to make. To Hydaelyn, then. For Vylbrand will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Boss Jillian! Yo, how are you been, my friend? That's not what I meant to type. Well, Stabby, I love you too, wherever you're at. How are you doing, boss? Hope you're having a great, wonderful, fantastic, amazing, awesome day today. On behalf of the Blast Blades of the Blade, I thank you for your service to Horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. When we are failed, we succeed in identifying traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then my leader should very much like have a war with their fellow privates. I know, I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regarding here, I'll manage to do the unit of Blades dispatch to detain him and make good his escape. Ha! The love of. How did he manage to do that exactly? Men haven't been simply that summoned to save confiscated, will they? Or was he a giant in disguise? I'm doing well, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. I wish your macro would work. I don't know why it's not. I need to do what Moose has. Moose has it set up where it like automatically gives people shoutouts. I don't know how to do that. No, but he was quite strong. As a sea wolf of mid-sea born and raised, I believe, but do not worry, we'll find him and you have more than that. I see. Pray keep my praise of any of your developments. Alright, hold on. I gotta take care of a friend who's not popping up. Find it out. Do it on your own. Yeah, she's staying next to me. Understood. I fear time together is an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow wherever the duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another one of your silk nods? You do, don't you? So what you been playing lately, dude? Anything fun and exciting? Always. Oh, those are some crazy carbuncle slippers. Oh my god, look at the Chocobo. Look at that Chocobo. That is amazing. It's a Chocobo in like a space outfit. The antecedent taught me the bid you must make for Vesper Bay. When young Alvis now awaits your coming most eagerly. Eorzea requested your assistance. What the heck? Now it's a giant cat. It's a commercial incident. I'm not privy to details. Why you do whatever it is that Alpha has planned for you. I shall endeavor to track down a traitorous boss blade, and when I do, you may rest assured that we have our answers. Hey, we found the unicorn. How about that? We got new music too. Don't know where the song is from, but sweet. What was the intercourt summon in Final Fantasy? Karen? You're late. No matter. I know where Vesta headed. From what I have been able to gather, this Vesta belongs to abandoned domain, so you seek an alliance with Sultanate. You're familiar with Doma, yes? In Ul'dah? Well, like the rest of the nations of the Eastern continent, it's ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of the ship, I suspect they do not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and more importantly, what they would know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, don't you think? Come with me to Ul'dah Flightless. Unless I'm mistaken, I'm rarely mistaken, we'll find the domains bickering with the Sultan's Sworn on the royal promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. For our guests are not themselves imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some. And if not, I'm better than you to have on your hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident. Besides, I also do enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied good, I see you in Ul'dah. What have you been playing lately, boss? Abiotic factor. What that? What type of game is it? Sorry, oh, I have something like my eye that's blinking, so I can't see right now. I was able to use my fingers to try to clear it up, and I made it like 100 times worse. Imagine how many times you ask. Without the proper necessary permissions, none shall pass. I understand, good sir, you have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. I ask that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, Aiden. Darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. Fool. Hey, it's an Ara. Just like me. I gather you please fell upon deaf ears. A little man with a cold heart, I know his kind well. I hope that you'll find me a little more to your liking. I'll find out Levier at your service, a friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique in this part of the world, at least. Here indeed are your allies in Ul'dah, but you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and the powerful. Kill aliens and humans that are attacking you. Huh, cool. I don't know, I'm not a crafting type. I like crafting, but in not usually those type of crafting games. Like survival games, I'm not really good with them. Pray join me and associate me at the quicksand. They may explain the situation to us, and we shall see if there's not what we can do. Like, I tried playing a game like Conan before, and it didn't work. Just didn't. That's how I want to go. That's the samurai guy. Hey, adventure, how may I serve you? That's not what I want to do. I need to go talk to this guy. The unicorn summon is called Unicorn. Wow, Specs.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Do you know what? There's actual descriptions of unicorns in the world. Because before rhinoceroses were called rhinoceroses, they were called unicorns. Because they had a single horn.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Lady Yugiri.
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we aspired an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
The one universe, Doma was poisoned. Poisoned water. And another was burnt. Man, the sea does not get a break.
12 have mercy. And your people.
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience.
That's true.
We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
By me, madam, as said earlier, we have spent at time at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat tales of our tribulations, nor to please you listen to them, I think. Though say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg you for more than you already have offered so much. Desperation compels me. Good madam, if you or your associates could spare any provisions at all. Max, why did you say so? Of course I'll help. Couldn't have picked a better day to tell the truth. While the merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, and see, just sent word of meeting. I got a boatload of stuff to feed. As well, they paid for a lot in advance. Haha. Go and call Fordy and Catherine at Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Bruce Rodole them. Is the business of refugees now? I don't like want to question Mr. Momo's judgment. I think wise to me. Oh, it's pretty chill, if you ask me. What man can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. Oh, that's right. Our request, man, but you have misheard their instruction. You know, you should encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. Mark my words. They didn't give any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yugo it's all in hand. Or Yugiri. Not Yu-Gi-Oh. Yummy! I did not hope such magnanimity, much less expected. Mrs. Mombody is generous indeed. I should be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Yuguri, I briefed the Flame General situation. I think he'll be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience before the Sultanate and the Sinking Bolt. We should return the royal promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alphaned. I swear we shall return the favor. Not as owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. The small favor you fairly won with your own words. It's for that own words that you must win the favor with the syndicate. And I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy. And that nothing so unpalatable required of them, assuming the Domoians are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General waits us on the royal promenade. Alright, where are we going? More promenade. That's upstairs. Hey, it's Scott. How you doing, Scott? Hope you are doing well, my friend. Pleasure, Flightless. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting.
I, Ugiri of Doma, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Ugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Ugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
Exactly, I agree.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Ala Mhigo refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Moonlighter, interesting. I just got home for Duck Point. Hope all went well. And I see cheap labor. No, Specs! No! No! They're all like me. I can't let my dragon friends do that.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Ala Mhigo refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law, and so our visitors remained in little Ala Mhigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Hades is pretty cool. I think the Plus was the last Zelda game that I played as well.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril.
Come on, the girl needs help.
One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy.
Yeah, well, if you didn't let me in, your entire city would be burnt to the ground by the Empire, so go suck it.
How far the vaunted Mirage hath fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Oh, I didn't go as planned, Alec.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited.
Well, that sucks.
Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
Well, cool, Scott. Thanks.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Ala Mhigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
I'd like to discuss how to handle the refugees. As usual, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor does he like to change it. Oftentimes I wonder how men so skilled at weighing the more things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah! Waste no more words on him. Not when domains are yet in aid of need. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of Flames. Yeah, what jerks. People should come before anything else. Especially in a world like this. Everything is so tightly bound together. Factional wars happen. Sick has spoken. I see no point in moving that matter being reconsidered. The monitarists have made the position clear. Agreed. Ul'dah is not an option. Nor are Limsa Lominsa or Gridania a judge, kept by the state of internal affairs. Which these are their main friends, confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no hope of better treatment. But I had more time to find an alternative, a place not bound by the concerns of the great nations. Metafilla, that's precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand it's a good decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time, a week mayhap, or even just a few days? Excellent. I should keep you informed. Yeah! Wait. I don't get it. Why teaching Mahjong? I'm one of them too. Are you saying I should play Mahjong? Lady Ugiri, I have a proposal if you'd like to hear it. Oh, with it, Master Velfanud. The headquarters, my order, the Science 7th Dawn, says a place called Revenant's Hole, an outpost of Mor Dhona. Like most outposts frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comfort of well more established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Hole have been doing that much to change that. Mahjong comes from Doma in this universe. Oh. Okay, I gotcha. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands. Hard labor, lest you doubt, would not save but food and shelter by the way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you propose yourselves, Lady Ugiri. Yeah, I know, I hear you. I would like to hear a word against our beloved Ul'dah. Revenant's Hole would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphonse, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains a matter of how they shall be safely borne to Revenant's Hole, which will be no small feat considering distance to the present condition. Mayhap the Ul'dah Adventures Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there anon, Flightless. Lady Ugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid that Mortal Flames can provide. Alisa Teleji Aliji is willing to help out. Ruth, there's some non-greedy Lalafell out there. Wait, are you saying Lalafell is like the Ferengi from Star Trek? I do not know my Czech lore. Alright. The Ferengi are a group of people from Deep Space Nine. They were very based on monetary wealth. Oh, the Huts were more like gangsters though, weren't they? We are concerned that the domain refugees may find the journey to Reven's soul too much to bear. Too long had they been sequestered aboard the ship, with the insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momodi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are ready to set out for Mor Dhona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. Yes, so that big ear race. Yes, that's who they are. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught that no more flames can do? I feel exceeds our mandate. Or a smaller number, mayhap it will go unnoticed. But the Syndicate will not bear the cost of exporting more than 200 domains to Mor Dhona. Our government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage services 77 caravans on domain's behalf. Very well, we shall begin contract negotiation once. Your general estimate is welcome, Lord. I know it's supposed to be domens, not domains. I just misread it. After all, I've been following these good people. It's the least I can do. Come what you may. We shall ever have a friend in Ul'dah, Lady Yugiri. And you, and Reven's soul, my lord. Well, it sounds like that you will all have work to do. Lady Yugiri, let's put our heads together and solve the deals for our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task escorting our domain friends to you. After you have rested, I'll weigh our legs, of course. What say you? I say that's actually a really good idea. And I hate to say this, my dear friends. I hate to say this, my dear friends. But I think I may have to stop here after 2 hours. And the reason being just because I'm really tired from working. And my work schedule changed and I'm still not fully accustomed to it yet, so I'm like struggling to like keep myself conscious, and that's not good because I want to enjoy the game and I don't want to miss story, and when you sleep you're not really paying attention. But hey, good 2 hours in, got our white mage job class, which is great, got a couple quests knocked out, which is great. Met Lady Yugiri, which is great. And, yeah, I was able to hang out with you guys, which is probably the best thing of all. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Specs. Thank you, Yamina. Thank you, everyone else. Thank you for all the lurkers. If you like what you do here, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like the video, and subscribe. Y'all, the number one YouTube community of YouTube. Never forget that. I don't know if I'm streaming Friday or not. I'll let you know. I have my folks who want to take me out, and I don't know if that's going to happen or not. So I will keep you guys abreast of the news on Discord. But for now, y'all have a wonderful, fantastic, amazingly awesome day. And until next time, when I continue blind Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV of Realm Reborn. So long, and take care.